Pursuing betterment. What exactly does that mean? Pursuing betterment is the constant push for self-improvement. And at RTG, these words are regularly heard throughout our whole organization. And they should, because they define our corporate culture, our company's culture. You see, it's our belief that if we can provide a platform that helps not only our employees, but individuals around the world improve and better themselves, then idealistically, maybe we collectively can make the world a better place. You know, improving can maybe be something as simple as an instrument that you played when you were younger and maybe you wanted to pick back up. It could be something new, like learning a language, completely foreign language, or it could be something like public speaking and improving on it. And what we found is that typically people usually haven't started on that journey because of one thing, fear. And it could be that a fear of saying, you know, I'm too old, I'm not in school anymore, so I'm not going to be able to learn something new. Or it could be that it's a fear of that I don't have enough time because I have so many things I need to take care of during the day that I'm just not going to have the time to learn something new. But actually the biggest thing that we realize is fear of failure. A lot of people are worried that if I do try to learn something new, if I do try to improve myself, maybe it's not going to work and I'm going to fail. And that obviously can never be the reason why you don't do something. So through this RTG Speaker Series, it's our simple hope that by finding and bringing together some of the world's most interesting people and having them share their stories about what it means to pursue betterment, having them share their stories on what it means to improve themselves, and more importantly, having them share their passion for helping other people improve, that maybe we could just simply inspire at least one of you to take a first step. So, my name is Angelito Perez-Tan. I'm the co-founder and the CEO of RTG Consulting Group, and I'm going to be your host today for a little while. And I'm really excited to have my good friend, Bill Hoogterp, all the way from the USA, who came to join us. And Bill really embodies this notion of pursuit of betterment. He's lived his whole life improving himself and improving other people, and I'm really honored to have him as a close friend of mine. So he's the founder and the CEO of Own the Room, and he has his own mission to train the world. And Bill is not a typical guy, so you guys are really in for a treat. Bill has coached politicians, he's coached global CEOs, he's coached professional athletes, he's a published author, and he's actually regarded as the best coach on the planet. So without further ado, let me welcome my friend, Bill Hoogterp. So we're just gonna have a quick kind of Q&A, just to preface today's session. Mm-hmm. So maybe just first you could tell us a bit about yourself.
I can't top what you said already, but maybe I have to spend a lot of time to improve myself because I had a long way to go. I was not a good speaker when I was your age, but I decided I wanted to become good. So I started to make up my own techniques and I got pretty good. And then someone said, could you teach those to me? So the presenting side really starts with a question for yourself. How good am I? How good do I want to be? And that triggered for me something, I want to become better at this skill. But I live in New Jersey, my wife Marie and I have 2 great kids, and we're very lucky in life, and we love helping other people. So our company, Own the Room, is spreading all over the planet. We have a lot of our great coaches and team members today. You're going to meet a couple of them. And our mission is to train the whole world. So I feel very lucky just to be a guy on a journey in that mission.
So maybe you could actually tell us a bit about how you started Own the Room?
The business started about 8 years ago, but the idea started many years ago. We were working with kids in inner city Newark, New Jersey, really tough town. These kids, a lot of poverty, a lot of crime, a lot of drugs, and these kids had no confidence. In school, they didn't look at you, they had no confidence in life, they never thought they were going to go to college. So I thought, how do we help them find their voice? So we started making up little games, and something magical happened. The kids started to make eye contact. They started to find their voice. They started to stand a little taller and think, maybe I have something to say. And so that little bit of an idea eventually became Own the Room. It's helping people in fun ways to find the greatness in them, the authentic in them. You don't need to put talent into you. You need to let it out. So little exercises help them, and that was the very, very early start of Own the Room.
I know that you have certain confidentialities that you're not allowed to talk about some of the people that you do coach. And I mentioned before that they range from politicians, professional athletes, global CEOs. Is there any chance that you could tell us maybe some people that you've coached?
You mean like celebrities? You make the famous
maybe
ones?
celebrities like that.
So we do try to be confidential and not say it if they don't want to say it. Our website, owntheroom.com, has a few celebrities have given permission. We say we like Own the Room. It helped me. It helped my team. It helped me overcome my fear. But you'd be shocked how many famous people are afraid of public speaking. Famous actors, athletes. And I said, wait a minute, you're on TV, you're in the movies, you're playing in front of millions of people. They said it's not the same when I have to do a speech. So, but there was one celebrity I worked with once. His name was Angelito Tan. And he was crazy. He was crazy talented, out of control. But and then I think there's maybe 60 more celebrities here today that we'll get to work with.
Thank you. One thing that we have at RTG, and we are a consulting group, but one of the things that we have is we have these 3 Ps that we say define our business as well, right? And all those Ps need to be there to be able to go through the journey of self-improvement. And so one of them is purpose. So essentially that it's very important that whatever you're going to do, you should know why you're doing it. There should be a reason why, right? And then the second is passion, because it's always best to find exactly how you can be passionate about something if you're going to do it. Not everyone's passionate about doing spreadsheets, for example. But if you can find a way to make it interesting for yourself, to work on that every single day because it's an important task, then that's very important because it's going to help you keep going and see it through. And to that last point would be persistence. Because the truth is that anytime that you're trying to improve yourself, which is really what the whole breadth of this whole series is about, helping people improve themselves, along the way, it's going to get hard. It's going to get really tough. And especially if it's something important, you're going to want to give up. So you need to have that persistence overall to make sure that you're going to see it through. Now, Bill, based on those 3 Ps, would you say that there's any of those that resonate with you? All of them? Any of them?
Yes, all of them. And I sometimes see words as pictures. So when you say it, I see purpose, I see passion, I see persistence. For a lot of people we coach all over the world, sometimes they have purpose, sometimes not so much, but they have a lot of passion. But we often give up too easy. It's darkest right before the dawn. And that's the difference. So you have to have a little bit of irrational commitment. You need a little bit of crazy to overcome those obstacles. So I like persistence, I think, the most.
Great. We're going to be having these speaker series hopefully regularly. But I'm really honored to have Bill as our first guest. He's become a good friend of mine over the while that we've known each other. And I really have been personally driven by his own belief in the need to improve themselves and the need to pursue that betterment. So he's been an inspiration to me as well. I just want to let you know that.
Thanks, man.
And I think that we have actually a really nice treat because Bill is here with his team, and they're going to do a bit of an example of what Own the Room does. And we should all feel very lucky because this is something that usually you'll be in a big corporation and the training teams will have to bring them on, or maybe if you're a celebrity, you're going to be able to invite them over. But today he's going to give us all a taste. And I think that's, I'm pretty excited for that.
So I have your permission to mess with everybody?
You do. You have the permission.
The number one fear Americans have, a British magazine did a survey of American fears. Guess what our number one fear was? Anybody guess? Public speaking. Guess what was number 2 fear on that survey? Death. Death was number 2. Now, one celebrity I did get to meet Jerry Seinfeld has a great joke about this. American comedian Seinfeld, he says, I can't do a good Seinfeld impression. He said, that makes no sense. It's like, you can't be more afraid of public speaking than dying. That doesn't make any sense. He said, that means if you go to the funeral, you would rather be the one that lays in the box than the one doing the speech. The average in the world is about 4. You can put your fingers down. Not bad, not good. Most of us coast on talent. Your intelligence, your personality, your charm, your knowledge of your subject. When you add a few techniques, you can get to 5, 6, 7, or 8, which is what we're going to give you a little bit today. Third question, how good do you want to be? Wait, slow down, cowboys in the back. I'm going to ask 2 of our best coaches, Barry and Jane, to walk us through some warm-ups. We'll get all running around, having some fun, and then we'll hear from some experts, and then we'll do even more exercises. 1 hour from now, you're going to be even better speaker. Round of applause for Barry, one of our great coaches.
Everyone, I'd like you to do 4 things for me. 1, you're already doing, you're standing up. 2, take out your phone. Everyone got a phone? Reach for it now. Don't be shy. Then I'd like you to put your phone to camera mode, video. Selfie view. So you're gonna have the camera facing you. I see some scared faces, don't worry, we're very safe. It's very simple, all you're gonna do when I say go, only when I say go, you're going to look to the camera, you're going to wave, and you're going to say, hello. That's it. Record yourself waving, hello. Stop, show it to the person next to you, and tell them one thing that you liked about their video. You'll show it to each other. Okay, understand? Go. Wonderful. Okay, here's what you're going to say. You're going to point at camera, you're going to look at the camera like you've just realized something amazing. You're going to step or lean into the camera, you're going to point at your face, and you're going to say, wow, this face is so beautiful. Now I know I see some faces, what, Barry, do I have to say that? Yes, you do. If you're men, you can say you're handsome, you can say you're attractive, whatever you want, but believe it. So point at your face, say, wow, this face is so beautiful. Record each other, show it. Go.
Repeat after me with this sentence. And the sentence is, I really need you to think. Ready? Go. I really need you to think. What about your arms? Are they broken? If they're not broken, please add them into the sentence. Let's say it again. Ready? Go. I really need you to think. Okay, I see a lot of this, okay? I really need you to think. What is this? This is energy, but it's untapped energy. And when it's untapped energy, and the way we express that, it is not body language, it is body noise. So what is body language? It is only when it's in sync with your content.
When you speak to an audience, where do you have to send your voice? Anybody know? Where do you send your voice? Pretty close, the 4 corners of the room. Everybody say that with me really loud. 4 corners of the room. Again, go. 4 corners. If you send your voice to the audience politely, it lands too short. If you send it to the 4 corners, it lands on the ears perfectly. The point is you have to be 20% louder than you're comfortable with. It should be too loud in your head because you hear your voice inside the ear. You hear it inside the bones, we hear it outside the bones. Good job, team. You're going to start to see 3 things the brain remembers, everything else it forgets. We remember if you want to develop a reputation as a good speaker, DEV. D means be different, E means be emotional, V means be visual. Let's say those with me. D means be different, E means be emotional, V means be. Now when you smile, what's happening in the brain is a little science. When you smile, you release a chemical called oxytocin. So your smile, you're releasing a chemical, and then the other parts of the brain called mirror neurons are activating, which makes the audience smile. So you smile and you relax the audience. Don't you go? All right, we've been going for a little while now, so I want everybody just to put your shoulders back and stretch just a little bit for me. Stretch just a little bit. Oh. All right, now I want you to reach your hands as high as you can. Reach your hands as high as you can. Freeze. Now reach 3 centimeters higher. Wait a minute. I said high as you can the first time, and almost everybody found an extra 3 centimeters. You can put your hands down. Where did you find that 3 centimeters? Tiptoes. Here's a fundamental leadership communication question. We talk about purpose, passion, and persistence. Why did you reach the extra 3 centimeters? Why'd you do it? Because I asked. Leadership is about asking questions, but the right questions. After today, I'm not the one that asks you for the extra 3 centimeters. You have to ask. My presentation's good, what would make it a little bit better? My approach is good, what would make it a little bit better? That extra difference between good and great. Greatness is inside of you. You have to let it out. Communication is about leadership, and leadership is always about courage. Most of us, when it comes to presenting, and it comes to leadership, and it comes to life, are like a Ferrari, a fast car, but with the handbrake on when we drive. What does that mean? We're like a Ferrari, but with the handbrake on when we drive. What does that mean? Who's the main person who holds us back? Ourselves. So what's the solution? It's not just more hard work. It's not just more knowledge. It's releasing the brake. The second time you did your name, you released the brake. Nobody gave you the ideas, you had the ideas, but you gave yourself a little courage to go to the next level. Emotions are contagious. We hold each other back or we build each other up subconsciously. A woman came up to me at a conference recently and said, Bill, I've had 3 promotions in 2 years, partly because of something you said to me when you were a coach. I was coaching her one-on-one and she said to me, well, Bill, what should I do? I said, I noticed in the sessions you hold back a little bit. You have great ideas, you have great talent, but you're always holding back just a little bit. Why do you do that? She said, I don't know. We talked about why do I hold back? What was it? She said, and then you asked me 2 questions I could not forget in my head. She had 2 young daughters. And I asked her, do you want your daughters to be fearless learners in life? And she said, oh my gosh, you don't know how much money I spend on that? The best schools, programs? Yes. I said, do you want your daughters to reach their potential in life? And she thought about it for a second and gave me a very serious answer. She said, there's almost nothing in the world I want more than that. She said, then you asked a killer question. You said, then who do they have to see do it first? And it clicked for her. That for her to be a little braver wasn't for herself. Courage was not for her. Who was it for? Her daughters. She said, if I live a little bit braver, not crazy, just 5% braver, I'm going to set a good example for them. And she said something amazing happened. Yes, it was a great example for her daughters. Even when she succeeds or fails in projects, they see you don't give up, you have fun, you do your best. She said, but something cool happened. My team, that she managed a team, they became 5% braver because of her example. And the best part, she said, her boss's boss went on stage in front of the big company and said, we went for this big government project, we got the project. It was a huge success, but the boss said, I got my courage by watching her team. When you are a little bit braver, it's contagious. When you hold yourself back, you hold everybody else back subconsciously, and that's what happened in the circles. As you each took initiative, there was 1 or 2 people in every circle that went that extra little bit, and then it spreads. My job was to give you a small glimpse at your own potential. Oh wow, I can do this. I like this. There's something great in me. I just need a little bit of practice to let it out. Thank you.